Hey, Taco here. Just want to talk a little bit to you guys today about radio. So, when you're flying your paramotor somewhere or an ultralight, if you've got something else, anytime you're flying in your ultralight, now we know we don't have to use radio, nav comms. A lot of y'all have either ham radios or Baofeng, and we're not going to get into the fact that you might be transmitting illegally. That's for the FCC to worry about, not the FAA to worry about. So that's between you and them if you're transmitting illegally. So we're talking about aviation radio specifically, and the best way to talk to other pilots. Now, you might talk to your paramotor buddies on your Sena or headsets or your Baofengs or something like that. But when you're talking with General Aviation, it's very important to do it the right way and stay professional. Remember, this is an aviation radio, not a CB radio. And I'm just as guilty sometimes of saying stuff I probably shouldn't. But these, for the most part, are very professional sounding people. And we can get mic fright. A lot of people have trouble talking on the microphone. I was lucky before I was taking helicopter lessons. I was a police officer, so I was used to talking on the radio. And my helicopter instructor at the time said, "Wow, you don't have any problem talking on the radio." And I'm like, "Well, I talk on the radio all the time, so it's no big deal." But a lot of times people get mic fright. They're not sure what to say. They don't want to key up the microphone and sound like a moron. So having a little bit of an idea of what you're going to say before you say it can really be beneficial. So when you're in the vicinity of a General Aviation airport, or if you're actually going to take off or land from a General Aviation airport, that's an airport in this case without an operating control tower, an uncontrolled field basically, you're going to need to say certain things. You need to tell them certain things. So first of all, when you key up the microphone, the first thing you should tell them is where you are. And you'll hear me sometimes say Hartsville traffic. So that's everybody in the general vicinity of my airport. Hartsville traffic. That lets people know, okay, this is traffic around the Hartsville Municipal Airport. Who you are. And a lot of times we don't have tail numbers. So most of the time I just say green paramotor because my canopy is green. So if anybody's looking up, they'll see me in my green canopy. What you're doing. So are you preparing to take off? Are you flying the pattern? Are you just flying past the airport? So if you get within about 5 miles of an airport or so, you might want to say Hartsville traffic, green paramotor, 5 miles east of the field, headed south. Just to let them know that you are there in case somebody's flying around. And then finally, where you are again, because it's real easy for pilots to be talking in the cockpit. Maybe they've tuned out the radio a little bit. Maybe they're doing something. They don't hear your initial traffic, but by the time you get to the end, they're like, maybe I need to know where this guy is. So Hartsville traffic, green paramotor, preparing for takeoff, runway 21, grass strip at Hartsville. So in case they missed the first part, and maybe the radio's turned in, maybe something, who knows what's going on. They missed the first part. They hear preparing for takeoff, runway 21, grass strip at Hartsville. Okay, so they hear not only who you are, but what you're doing, and again, where you are.